y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And today we have a review for you that I am exponentially excited for. Back around the time when that whole stimulus thing dropped, I asked my husband, I was like, sweetie, I would really like to get some indie makeup. Can I use some of this to get me some of that indie makeup? And I decided that I wanted to finally go in on Kaleidos Makeup, which I have heard nothing but amazing things from Butte Bean, from Karen Harris, from Lacey, from Teresa is Dead, you know, all of these smaller YouTube channels that I hold in very high esteem. And so I went on and I purchased the, over here, please careful, the palette bundle right here. I went back and forth between because they have different bundles of different, amounts. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to go on in, I'm going to go on in. So we got the 5 palettes here, and obviously I had to get the highlighters. Ever since people were sent these, ever since people were buying them, I have lusted with the passion of 1,000 moons over these babies. And now I have them. They are just a collection of beautifully aesthetic nuggets of joy. So today, I'm going to do swatchy for you all. I'm going to be reviewing this whatever. This is kind of like a brand review, because y'all have expressed kind of more different reviews other than just reviewing the new Anastasia shiz that comes out. And I've also been wanting to get into more indie makeup. They do have a new collection that I got that I will be reviewing as well. And also, if you want to see this palette here in action, which is the Futurism 3 Astro Pink, if you want to see me use this on my face, on camera, I do have a testing out the Kaleidos Makeup for the first time ever video. If it's out before this, I will link it. If not, stay tuned. But enough of that. Let us just get on into this shiz, because your girl is all kinds of excited. Spoiler alert, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff, that's always down below. Yeah, you kind of already know where this video is going. We are going to start with the eyeshadow palettes, and we're going to start with what I am wearing on my celestially grungy peepers today. First off, we just have to talk about the packaging and the fact that it feels super nice and luxurious. I would say more than Anastasia and a bunch of the mainstream brands. I can't remember the prices off the top of my head. I will leave them somewhere here. Open this bad boy up, and holy heck'em, that is a beauteous color story. Those are my colors. That's my shiz. That's my jam. It's very, whatever you might call it, Melt Cosmetics Gemini, Melt Cosmetics 420. So if you don't want to spend as much money and get kind of a more concise color story, you got this. It also reminded me of the Jaclyn Hill, I believe, Armed and Gorgeous, which was a beautiful color story. The quality was crap, but it does kind of give off those same vibes. You get the little insert with the names. We are gonna go into swatching this. As always, I'm wearing long sleeves, but these sleeves are mesh, so I guess we're making progress. I'm just gonna start this way. Let me put this in the correct way. The way I use this today is I started off with Radioactive, then I went right into ET, then we did Dark Side right here, and then all up on this shimmy shiny is Glamora. So let's just start with Radioactive. I don't care much for Imagine Dragons, but that's a good song. Nuclear right here, which is just, look at that. And then Gomorrah, which is I'm not typically, you can really see it. Look at that. But it's like a greeny gold, because y'all know it's not that I'm not a gold person, but I love green. I love green, say it ain't so. And it is holy heck'em foiled Batman. Y'all see that, right? That's some beautiful shiz. And then we got Smog right here. Now, the one thing that I would say is the only thing that I'm kind of about this palette is these two shades, Smog and ET, are fairly similar. Feel very, very smooth. And then Dark Side, which is the black, which is probably my new favorite black format. I mean, that is like black, whole black. How many space puns and references can we make in this video? So we're just gonna have these right here, and then whoo-wee. I mean, that black. That is some heckin' pigmentation going on. Then I'm going to go into the Futurism 3 Astro Pink. Did I say what this one was? Futurism 1 Sci-Fi Green. I think so. If not, we know now. And then that is this color story right here. I really like, I feel like I said in my video where I was trying this out, I feel like smaller, more concise palettes are like the wave of the future. We're all kind of over the Morphe. We're all kind of over the ABH, those huge Norvina whatevers. We like something concise, collected, precise, and beautifully curated, which these are beautifully curated. So we're gonna start out with Cosmos, Neptune, and Nebula, which I put that on my eyes and I just about lost my shiz. Got that going there and here. I mean, these shimmers are out of this world. I was self-aware for that one, so don't come for me. But I really, really like these two shades. So just a really nice, neutral, soft, rosy whateverness. Then we have Light Year, which is this beautiful. That's like a kind of purple my mom would like, and it feels so smooth. Then we have Stardust, which and then we have Lunar, which is a black that has shimmer, well, glitter, shiny, you can see right there. Y'all know 9 times out of 10, that's a type of formula I am not effing with. But there's that. And that. Oh, look at all that iridescence up in there. And then this right there. I think I've got enough room on this arm to do another one, so we're gonna go into this one in the packaging. I pulled this one out of the box in direct sunlight, and it was an ethereal experience. This one is the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise, and as the name would suggest, this is just all kinds of beautiful. I mean, the way the aesthetic runs through these palettes, from just like the concise packaging, I mean, if you can't tell already, I'm pretty much in love. So we're gonna start off with Wired here, which isn't really a typical shimmer. It's kind of more of a shifty topper, which I'm not the biggest fan of that kind of thing. Then we have Digiteal, and then Tron, which is just, if you like orange. All right, how am I gonna do this? So we have this one here. You can see it's just got all of that iridescent whatever. I would recommend using a tacky primer or a glitter glue to really get the most oomph. I've been using it as an inner corner highlight, and that's been really pretty, but when using it over the lid, using a glitter glue seems to work the best for me to get the most cha-cha-cha-cha. And we got this one right here, nice and opaque, and this one right there. Okay, so I was a moron and did not record. My camera was paused. Excuse me. Those last 3 shades are Voltaic, Force Field, and Shockwave. And let me tell you, that Voltaic shade is all kinds of something, ka-cha-cha-cha-cha. Y'all know I am a matte girl, but these shimmers get me some kind of way. Here we have the first 3 palettes. I'm gonna clean my arm off, and then we're gonna go into the last 2. Okay, moving on to the one that probably caught my eye the most as looking on these. This is the Futurism IV. I think that's 6. I'm not so good with the Roman numerals, but this is the VR Neon. Looking like this right here. I mean, can we just, is that not pretty? I mean, she all kinds of pretty. All right, let's get into this. We're gonna start off with hologram. Easter egg. And then game over, which, oh no, just look, Mama loves you. And they're gonna be going just right up top here where they belong. I mean, those two top shimmers are just beyond everything to me. They're like super opaque and glossy. You do not need a lot to get that high shine on your lid. It's a beautiful, beautiful formula, and a formula that I'm coming to love more than the Milk Cosmetics shimmer formula, which you know is all one of my end-all be-alls. And we have Boss right here, which is this beautiful orange. Then Level Up, which is a nice hot yellow. And then Glitch, which obviously is my favorite color in this because it's green. They're gonna go right here. I love that. I'm gonna be buried in that shiz. I mean, I'm gonna need to get all monochromatic whateverness and just like have that all over the lid with some kind of popping whatever. We'll go a nice orangey blush and then some nice green lips. Oh, I'm so ready. So ready. Then last but not least is probably the least exciting, at least to me. This is the Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze, which, I mean, as the name would suggest, it's a bit more quote-unquote neutral. But neutral or not, boy, is she purty. I mean, I was like, my reasoning behind getting, well, let's just swatch this and then we'll talk about why I'm all kinds of whatever with getting all of them. So we're gonna start off with Quantum right here, which, and then Infrared, and then probably although that's, I was about to say my favorite one is Plasma right here because it reminds me of the silver, the shimmer silver shade in the Urban Decay Electric palette. So here we have these babies right here. I mean, which means I'm going to be doing my Harry Potter house looks at some point because that silver shimmer in the electric palette was what I used for my Ravenclaw look. So stay tuned for those. Just so pretty. Then last but not least, we have Droid right here. I'm not so good at doing that. We have Droid, Y2K, and Carbon. So we're going to have those. That was kind of a pitiful swatch because I think my finger was wet. Let's see how these ones go. And then we have that one and that one going on there. Very drastic difference in color story, but I mean that and those and that and that and just the whole arm. Take the whole arm. Okay, now let's talk about highlighter. Let's start with the one that I am wearing on my otherworldly cheekbones today and at point of my nose. You see that? That is a laser beam. I absolutely adore the packaging of this. It's like this soft touch tin. It's very different, very unique to anything we've ever seen before. And I love this kind of 1960s, 70s space kitschy, tchotchke, whatever. I already took a photo of this for Instagram because they come with like really pretty embossings on them and I was like, I need to take a picture before I touch it. So this one here is Solar Sailor, which oh my good golly gosh. This is so pretty. It's like a more yellowy version of the Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadow in Thunderstruck, which y'all know is one of my end-all be-all pale person whatevers. It's just so pretty and ethereal and otherworldly. It's like unique without being unwearable. And it's got like just a little hint of twinkle all up in there. Next up is Laser Glazer, which is the like least wearable. I mean, I just wanted them all to like to see if maybe I could wear it, which it's actually. Oh, look at, oh, wow, wow, that's so cute, pew, pew, pew. That is so pretty. I'm gonna have to try diluting that with like Ofra glazed donut or Star Island or something, because that is stunning. If not, you better believe I'm gonna be putting that shiz on my lids. This is something I would move into my single eyeshadow drawer and be like, well, it's a highlighter, but I use it as an eyeshadow. Because that is beautiful. Next up is Ray Rider, which is probably the most, I guess, wearable, normal shade of them all, looking like that. It's really, really pretty. This is just like, I mean, it's a great formula overall. And so this is going to be kind of more your normal highlighter in comparison to the other shades. It's just a nice kind of champagne-y, peachy, yeah. It is a beautiful and smooth formula, and it's just all kinds of pretty. That green one is just stealing the show. Then Comet Catcher, which I love the blue and the green. This is like a whitey, duochromy, pinky, KVD, alchemist palette type situation. Put that one right here. It's just so nice and ethereal. It's almost kind of like a glaze. It doesn't look like really, there isn't a lot of like that white pigment, that stark pigment behind it. You're just getting that reflective pink, so it doesn't look like you've got anything on. And then you turn your cheeks and it's pum up to the spaceship. It's really pretty. Then Skywalker, which is it is this blue, but it is a special blue that's gonna go right up here on top where it deserves to be, because it is just so intense. I would say this one here, it's very, very similar to the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost formula, where it's this very glossy foiled with that hint of twinkle and sparkle. I would say that this one here is also similar to that formula, where it's just this like metallic glaze on your cheekbones with that little effervescent twinkle. Last but not least is Star Surfer, which is, I've used this one. I used this one in the trying out, and this one is so pretty too. This one is, I guess, could be considered a more wearable one. Gonna do it right there. Just because it's kind of, ooh, wow. It's kind of this like standard, I hate to say standard. It actually looks a little bit different on the face. It's more multi-dimensional on your skin, but it's this beautiful, just soft, almost baby doll, whatever pink that's got this gorgeous, gorgeous sheen to it. Okay, let's talk about everything on a whole. I mean, long story short, go out and buy this shiz. This is a brand that I am so glad I went on into, because I have been nothing but impressed and just so pleased with, so happy with. Their eyeshadow formula is beautiful. Their shimmers are so unique and so intense. I mean, I kid you not. I mean, you see this, you see that. And it didn't take hardly any product to get to that level of metallic opacity. Just absolutely stunning. Doesn't have like, with the mattes as well as the shimmers, I don't experience any kind of fallout, except for the black I experienced fallout with. But it was like minimal. There is a fair amount of kick up in the pan, but whenever I get kick up, I just kind of softly dip my brush into the kick up and use that. I don't know if anyone else uses that. I don't consider it a deal breaker, especially considering how beautiful the shadows perform. Now, one reason why I was kind of talking about it was like one reason why I was kind of okay with getting all of them is because one thing I love about concise palettes is that when you have a couple different whatever color stories, is that they then want to play so well with each other. So probably what one of my favorite things to do has been is mix matching these up and playing all kind of makeup chemist scientist, discovering different combos between the palettes. They just work really, really well in conjunction with each other. So like having all of these is like having one big, giant, beautiful, multifaceted palette, but then you can still break them down and they are just beautifully, gorgeously curated color stories that are concise, to the point. They're pigmented, they blend like a dream. It is just has been a wonderful experience from beginning to now. There absolutely isn't one of these that I wouldn't recommend. I think they're all absolutely stunning. I mean, this one here definitely gets props for just the best packaging ever. And it's a really pretty color story. I just think these are absolutely phenomenal. And I know this has opened up the gateway for me to be like, screw mainstream brands. We're gonna go indie all the way. I mean, just everything from packaging to layout to formula. I can't find anything wrong with these. I mean, I'd be hard pressed. I can't say anything negative. You are my new babies.
Mama loves you.
They just bring me lots of joy. And look at that cross section. I mean, is that not a beautiful cross section? Then sort of second verse, same as the first. I mean, I love highlighter. I would say out of all of these, my favorites are definitely Solar Sailor, the one that I have on today. It is just this beautiful yellow gold that is absolutely stunning. This one has to be a favorite. I haven't tried it on my face yet, but just from swatching it and imagining all the looks, I mean, imagine a beautiful, like, deep, beautiful, luscious brown look and then popping this all up. I'm so ready for that. And the formula is just so beautiful. Like I said, if you're familiar with that Jeffree Star formula and you don't want to support Jeffree Star, ooh, look. I mean, this Skywalker shade as well, that one is absolutely, I love them all. Probably, it's my least favorite, not because it's bad, but if I had to like rank them out of all the 6, it would be Ray Rider, just because it's more of your typical highlighter. It is absolutely gorgeous, but when you compare this to those other super just crazy, amazing, standout, super heckin' space agey whatevers, you're just like, yeah, it's a good highlighter. I'd still give it 10 out of 10, but it lacks the special factor that those other ones have. I mean, I cannot tell you how flipping excited I am for the new shades they released with the new collection, because this right here is my space jam. I'm going to hurt myself. But I love these. Basically, my consensus is, and the highlighter brush is bomb diggity too. It's very reminiscent of the Milani all over blending highlighter brush, which is was my holy grail. This one now is. But basically, if you've been thinking about going in on this brand, go in on this brand. I have been so impressed with everything. And one other thing, it has a really pretty presentation box that you open and your beautiful thingies are in here. I mean, the attention to detail of like from shipment to house, delivery, packaging, formulation experience far exceeds Urban Decay, Too Faced, Lorac, Tarte, all of those mainstream brands that I'm a little bit more disillusioned about now. Highly, highly recommend all of the products I have talked about today. Oh, it just makes me so happy. Obviously, I will be leaving everything linked down below. Let me know what you think about these products. I know a couple of y'all have told me that you've tried them and you like them. Quite a few people have been trying to get me on this bandwagon. Well, now we're on the bandwagon. It has become the crazy train, because anytime this company releases something, you better believe I'll be trying my hardest, darndest to get a hold of it and review it for y'all. So stay tuned for that, because we have done that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!